Hello and welcome to another episode of the Full Force Weekly, brought to you by GeneralsJoes Reborn.com with me, Diagnostik80, or Christopher McLeod AKA Diagnostik80. For today's episode, I am joined by the awesome Paul Panfalone of Plastic Battles fame. In this regular video series, we round up all the week's news in the world of G.I. Joe. Full Force Weekly! I may have gone overboard there. That's really just so I've got a cute little thing to put with no music just before the explosion. I'll probably put that in as well. Okay, so Paul, mate, thanks for joining me yet again for this one. We've got loads to get through, so let's start with some disappointing movie news, but don't worry, it'll get much, much better movie related. So last Friday, Paramount Pictures removed the Micronauts movie from the release date schedule and have not as yet given the film a new one. It was scheduled to come out on the 4th of June 2021, but the Rona has made that an impossibility, and with Snake Eyes filmed and ready and coming out in October of next year, you can only realistically expect a 2022 date for Micronauts, and that's looking at it optimistically. Paul, not exactly unexpected news of course, but how do you feel about this date removal?
I feel like it's just par for the course with this kind of stuff. I mean, even if it wasn't for coronavirus, movie dates move all the time. We know this from history, so there could be a million other reasons why it moved beyond just coronavirus stuff. So to me, it's like it's no closer to really happening or not really happening just because the date moved.
No, I totally agree with you, and I think that date almost felt like a placeholder anyway, and it didn't seem to be as moving as much as the Snake Eyes one was. So I think it's only really. I mean, I think the concern for me is it's been removed completely. But even then, they're probably just waiting it out to see what can be improved in the world before they actually make a decision on that. But yeah, is Micronauts something that's kind of on your radar at all? Are you interested in it at all?
No. I was going to say something, but no, it's literally not on my radar at all. Maybe if the movie comes out and it's great, it could change my mind, but we'll see.
Yeah, no, I wasn't really into Guardians of the Galaxy until the first film came out, and then I was like, hey, that's good. But anyway, no, I agree with you on that one. I do like Micronauts in its original form, and when Hasbro revealed that or released that SDCC exclusive box set, I was really into that. But other than that, yeah, it's interesting to see what they're going to do with it. Anyway, in more positive news, director Stephen Caple Jr. is being tapped by Paramount and Hasbro to helm the next Transformers movie. Apparently negotiations are yet to begin, but the Creed 2 director is the top choice among the studio execs and producers, with a deal looking close within the next few weeks. The movie will follow on from Bumblebee and be set in the 90s. In addition to that news, Mikey Sutton of Geekosity dropped a huge nugget of info regarding the Hasbro combined cinematic universe, saying that not only were Hasbro and Paramount looking to finally bring their properties together, but that Mask would be a huge bridge between Transformers and G.I. Joe, with John Cena being an integral part of that connection. Lots to get into there. Paul, what are your thoughts about the director situation first? Is Transformers something that you're kind of looking forward to seeing now in its rebooted form?
Yeah, I was not a Bayformer guy. I did not enjoy really any of those movies. I didn't like the designs of the Transformers at all, so I wasn't really a fan. But when Bumblebee came out, I thought that was a fantastic movie. I thought if they had just started off this way back in 2007 or something, then it would have been, who knows how much awesome we would have by now. So this is interesting, and I don't really know the director. I don't know what Creed 2 even is, to be honest with you. Isn't it a bad band or something?
Rocky. Yeah, could you imagine?
Oh, Creed.
Could you imagine if it was about the band Creed?
The revival. It's a documentary on the
sequel
revival.
as well. Not even the first one. Amazing. They made 2 of those movies. No, yeah, it's the Rocky Apollo Creed, a sequel. Yeah, I actually haven't seen either of the Creed follow-up Rocky movies. But I've heard, I suppose, good things from a lot of people and good things from this particular director. And I think Hasbro are kind of lining up some really good talent, I think, in certain places. Like even Dean DeBlois for like Micronauts, and he's done like How to Train Your Dragon. He's done a lot of animated things, but it's all very... I feel like they're all going in a similar direction to what they did with the Bumblebee movie, you know, getting in a director who gave it a bit more heart, a bit more soul. And I think they're going to do that with their combined Hasbro Cinematic Universe. Now, the Mikey Sutton Geekosity article was really interesting because this guy is like an insider. He's popped up a few times with information that, you know, comes to fruition in the past, that has come to fruition in the past. So I think a lot of the stuff he's been bringing out recently regarding the Hasbro stuff hasn't come to fruition because we haven't had any movies come out yet. But there's some interesting stuff he's mentioning, including that Mask could be incorporated into the Transformers movie, bridging it into the G.I. Joe universe, with John Cena being integral. Any of that grabbing your fancy?
I feel like it's been rumored since way back with the combined universe thing, with the comic books and the movie universe from, what was that, 3 years ago now or something?
Yeah, a while back.
Where it makes sense, right? I guess from if you're trying to make these things connect. Mask is transforming vehicles with human counterparts, and Joes are human except for bats. And then you have like Transformers, which are robots that transform, so you can like bridge the gap between Transformers and G.I. Joe with this like connector piece being Mask. I just hope it doesn't. I hope they don't kind of like treat Mask as like a third wheel in a sense here. You know what I mean? Like, I know they think highly of Transformers, and G.I. Joe is their own property, but it hasn't had the popularity of Transformers has, not of late. But like Mask, most people don't even know what that is outside of geeks like us. So outside I'm hoping they put enough time into that.
Yeah. I do. I mean, Mask is a big one for me. Like, it's one of those ones in my childhood that is just so, you know, I'm so fond of it. Loved it ever since. And I've been, you know, happy to see it kind of sort of get semi-revitalized in certain aspects. But I think if this is to be believed, which I do hold a little bit of, I do feel confident in the people involved in the kind of murmurings, shall we say. And I think if they're getting a lot of info saying that Mask is something they're looking at incorporating into both films, then, man, I can't wait to see that happen.
We better be getting T-Bob, and he better look exactly like he did in the cartoon.
Could you imagine? They'll probably do it like, you remember in Clash of the Titans when they had the owl in the newer version, but it was just like it was an antique that was like dead on the floor. It's kind of like that was the homage. It was like, there you go. It was
just a dusty Hulk in the back of the garage at Boulder Hill.
Very much like R2 in most of the new Star Wars movies, with like a draped
like
tarp
when it's in the
over
Jawa Sandcrawler, you know, just the junk back there. He's sitting back there
T-Bob's
with
that
the
scene.
Skeleton of what's his name?
IG-11?
The kid.
Oh God, yeah.
I forgot his name. Scott's back there too.
Scott Tracker. Yeah. Scott Tracker's skeleton, T-Bob, upside down, getting his feet burned in a jowl. Anyway, so I mean that's not the last bit of movie news though, because just before we went on and recorded this, because we have to record this the day before because I have a lot of work to do with it, we get this amazing footage from Henry Golding. He appears on the Jimmy Fallon show, and he goes ahead and says, "Hey guys, Hasbro and Paramount have given the green light for this," and shows him training as Snake Eyes. And I'm showing the footage as we speak now. Paul, how much did that blow your mind, considering Henry Golding is not, or hadn't been before this movie kicked off, hadn't trained in any martial arts, I don't think, in any big way. How good did he look with that sword?
He looked pro. It looks like he's been doing this his whole life. And that last moment of the footage where he slices through and stops and holds the pose and stares at the camera. I mean, that's like pro ninja kung fu movie stuff right there. So pro
ninja.
I'm really excited about this movie, and I just cannot wait to actually see a trailer. So
the only reason I even knew about this existing was because obviously today's been blowing up with Fan First Friday, which we'll get to, momentarily. But
that was today?
I was going. I went on Instagram, and the G.I. Joe Instagram was just, showing a couple of their stories. I click on one and it's swipe up to see Snake Eyes in action. I'm like, what? Jimmy Fallon's show, Henry Golding, and he spoke about how it was grueling, like, training, and how he was like, he even cried at one point early on because it was just so much. And to be honest, I feel his pain because I've been there when it's been like, when you've been when you're putting too much into it, like you're just dead and you can't, your legs don't work anymore.
Now that we're old, we know. I mean, we do anything outside of our daily routine now, and it's utterly exhausting. I can't imagine. Every joint.
Mate, I need that pinless technology that they're using on the 6-inch figures.
Jointless technology.
which is the Action Force 5-point articulation figures.
It's just 70s Star Wars figures.
Exactly.
All right, I'm just kidding.
But to be honest, mate, super excited about this. Cannot wait for a trailer now. Just like, that one bit of footage alone has just made me go, I just want to see so much more of this. It's not even from the film, it's from training for the film, and it just made me super excited. Crazy.
Awesome. I can't wait.
Okay, that's the movie news in a nice little wrapped up bundle. Sort of movie related, but also merchandise related. We have more roleplay items emerging. Pure Costumes have revealed the Snake Eyes G.I. Joe Origins movie roleplay Storm Shadow sword and gloves. The sword is another repaint from the previous movie roleplay releases, but the gloves are brand new. Pure Costumes has them listed at $13.95 for the sword and $11.95 for the gloves. Links in the description as always. Paul, will you be getting these to wear around the house?
Probably not. But the sword is pretty cool looking. If I was a kid, I would really want that sword. It's how I wanted a toy lightsaber when I was a little kid. Like, this looks 10 times better than one of those, so I definitely want that.
I'm flashing up me as a kid dressed as a stormtrooper with it was like the big red handles lightsabers they did with the big like plastic light fitting on it. It's ridiculous.
Just like a flashlight with a tube on the end.
Effectively, it was. Yes. I love that they didn't go to any like lengths on the detail. It's just a big red flashlight. No, didn't even. Oh, it might have had a sticker on it. Yeah,
I think it had a sticker for the detail.
Big old thick white button slider that you just. Oh, mate, amazing. Anyway, yeah. I just wanted to kind of throw it out there, really, but this is the same thing where they've repainted a Rise of Cobra / Retaliation sword. I think Storm Shadows was all white beforehand, and they've just basically given it a black blade, which looks a bit cooler. And the gloves, which are new, they're brand new apparently. So we might just be looking, I think, at sort of a classified design there, more so than a movie one. But in any case, they're out there. Go nuts. Yes, Funko added Leatherneck and Dr. Mindbender to the G.I. Joe Pop roster in the week, and they look rather cute. Paul, are you interested in these guys, and will you be getting them?
Oh, man, I've never, ever, ever been interested in a Funko Pop in my life. However, that Dr. Mindbender, I might have to get him.
He's adorable.
He's cool. You know, he's got the cape and everything. I mean, I don't know. I might end up getting Dr. Mindbender, and I've never come close to wanting one. And so maybe I actually dive in for this.
I'm actually going to start coining the term bionic jockstrap, because that's what it looks like he's rocking. It looks like he's got some sort of metal codpiece that then links to the braces. It's like almost like a Borat style bathing suit as well, isn't it? It's just incredible design there on Dr. Mindbender.
It's good. It's great.
Yeah, big. I'm actually, again, same thing. I'm not a massive Funko Pops guy, but when the Joe stuff comes out, I tend to bite on it. I picked up the Destro, obviously, the NYCC Destro, and before that, obviously we had Roadblock and Snake Eyes and Cobra Commander and Chase and so on and so forth. Chase variant, I should say. And now we've also had Zartan and Shipwreck as well as the mystery minis. Man, merch is exploding for Joe recently, isn't it?
Yeah, it's. I'm not used to it. I'm not used to buying current product. I'm used to buying vintage stuff off of groups or eBay or something.
eBay or Instagram or something. Yeah.
Right.
This is not right. There's something weird going on this year, and all of a sudden we've got all this G.I. Joe stuff to deal with. It's not fair. I can't believe I'm moaning at having too much stuff to enjoy. In any case, let's get on to what we're here for, Paul, eh? Let's move on to the Fan First Friday reveals. Now, okay, let's start off. I mean, I've had such a day. it's been such a day for me. Let's start with, okay, so the actual Fan First Friday event itself happened earlier today. Hasbro started the stream with Paul and Haley, Hallie I think it was, and they're both in marketing and franchise and I suppose brand marketing and so on and so forth, and they discussed all of the kind of stuff that G.I. Joe has attached to it merchandise wise at the moment. We had obviously talk of the Jada Toys minifigs and mini vehicles, obviously. We had but they actually kind of kicked it off in a rather weird way with snowboard and ski equipment. And I was kind of like, what? But yeah, I mean, what's your thoughts? Let's start with the snowboard and ski stuff. Take us through what you think about, because obviously they've utilised 25th artwork and none of it's really snow related. What are your thoughts on those kind of aspects?
Well, I feel like this isn't their first run. I feel like when I saw it, I'm like, oh, I've seen these before. Like a few years ago, I feel like they did
skateboards, wasn't it?
Something, yeah. So I'm like, okay, this makes sense, I guess. I don't know, maybe there's a market for this. But I looked at the art closer just now, and it's like not the 25th. It's like a redraw of the 25th artwork that's more shaded cell looking and less painted. Yeah. So it's more like vector probably is what they did. So I don't know, if they had done the original Hector Garrido painted artwork, I think it would be way cooler. But I don't know if anyone buying these would care that much, to be honest.
You're talking about it's like $500 and I think $700 and something bucks for the skis and the snowboard. So it's high end stuff we're talking about here. We'll have links in the description for Gilson. Is it Gilson or Gilson? I think it's Gilson, isn't it? For GilsonSnow.com, who are doing this. Now, yeah, I agree with you. I know it makes sense that they use Duke, Cobra Commander, Snake Eyes, Storm Shadow. It just makes sense that that's what the merchandising focuses on, the main characters. But you kind of think for snow-based stuff, Snow Serpent, Snowcat, Snow Serpent 2, Frostbite, Blizzard, Snow Job, Avalanche, Snowstorm, others. Like Timber, you mentioned earlier, would have been a good one.
Timber,
just him on his fighting a bear.
The Hermit from
yes.
or the irradiated Snake Eyes would have been cool.
Imagine a radiated Snake Eyes board. That'd be
they could have made it
cool.
like magenta and with that magenta glow around them and stuff. And then like the little canister could be on there. But I don't know. I think the people that might buy these, I don't know. I think about it and I talk myself out of it.
I know I do the same thing. I'm like, the people that buy these, and as soon as you say that, you're like, so niche, and they also snowboard and ski. So it's like,
right. Like the people, like you're not a casual person who's going to spend $700 on a board and decide, no, I really like Cobra Commander, unless you already know G.I. Joe and love it. And in that case, you would get the Snow Joes references. So there you go. I don't know.
It's really hard to say, isn't it? And I agree with you on that one. I think this is a very niche product within a different market. But anyway, they're doing it. That I hope they do well with it, because I'd like to see Snow Serpents. Anyway, that's just me being really selfish. I'm never going to buy that stuff because I don't snow or ski board.
Neither do I.
I just said snow or ski board. Can that's staying in? I'm not changing that, because that gives you a great example of why I don't do either of those things. They also revealed the Super 7 bat. This was the first time we'd seen it. Now this looks really cool. There's like a cutesy vibe to it, almost like an animated, just not Sunbow, but like an animated vibe to it, like very exaggerated curves and everything, much like the other Super 7 big kind of robots they've been doing. What are your thoughts on this one? Because I thought it looked really nice.
Yeah, I think it looks really fun. I kind of like the cartoony look of it. It's just it's fun. I can imagine it if I was a kid still getting it for like the toy room or my bedroom, put it in the corner, or put it up on a shelf or something. I almost got one today, but I was like, I just can't justify it. I have nowhere to put it really. So
it's an expensive one too, as well, isn't it? It's like $75, and I'm the same.
I was just thinking they were going to be more for some reason. So maybe I thought they were going to be bigger, and they're going to be like over $100. So, but
Like those, have you seen those like life-size turtles you can get?
that's what
Those
I
are
was
brilliant. I say life-size; they're quite short because they're Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And yeah, so obviously that was revealed. That went up on Pulse. What is interesting as well is something came in the mail for you today, and that's what we're talking about next. Yes, it's the G.I. Joe vinyl soundtrack. He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. So that's lovely, mate. So that and I've also ordered 2 of those bad boys. So hopefully they'll be, that was a while back as well. So hopefully they'll be coming soon. So yeah, we've actually got one to show you on the show, guys, which is interesting. They're actually up for pre-order now on Amazon or Urban Outfitters. The swear word in the Joe fandom, the Voldemort of Target, which I'm going to say it anyway, Target, and many other retailers. And also, what's really cool, Barnes & Noble are doing a special red vinyl edition. So you can pre-order that too at Barnes & Noble. And I think I'm going to do that too because my beautiful wife, Kate, bought me a record player the other day.
Yes,
and that bad boy it's been bumping Transformers, the TMNT soundtrack from the 90 movie, like all sorts. There, look at that. That's lovely, mate. So yeah, what does it look like inside? Let's see the actual vinyl itself. Is it just a black vinyl or a green?
Yeah, it's just black.
That's
just
nice though.
Vinyl.
I'm liking it.
I ordered 2 from Barnes & Noble today. So.
Oh, brilliant. So you're going to get the red vinyl version as well.
Yep.
You dirtbag. Speaking of vinyl, let's also mention Word Burglar. I'm rocking the Rap Viper tee and the Word Burglar hat today. And also, shout out to Word Burglar as well for being on. We did a live stream earlier, which will be going up eventually. I've got a lot of work to do in the next couple of days, but that'll be going up eventually. And Sean, he actually commented a few times saying he wants a Hiss Tank HasLab project to go through, and he wants it to be called his Hiss Lab, which makes a lot of sense, really. But anyway, he's doing a record, a vinyl record. It's already gone through the crowdfunding process, as you're well aware, because I've mentioned it every time we're on here. And I'm going to let Paul shout him out at the end of the episode anyway, like I cut him off last time and did it myself. But anyway, yeah, really excited about these, loving the music, and I really want that Barnes & Noble one too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, next up. Following that, we had, and if you're a patron of our show, which I know a lot of you guys that are watching the show now are, you knew about what was coming, what was being revealed today, thanks to us the day prior. We knew obviously that the Retro Wave 3 was being revealed today, and we knew that Lady J and Flint from the Classified line were being revealed today. Let's start with the Retro Wave 3 there, Paul. What are your thoughts on these? Because not much in the way of new builds here, not a lot of new things to really talk about. Take us through it.
Yeah, I mean, I think Lady J looks pretty good out of the group. I'm trying to think of like Duke. Not a fan of that screaming head at all, or the kind of like that diaper crotch thing, I'm
not a fan of the cross straps. They gave him the secondary cross strap and not the jetpack. So he's got this
it's weird.
It's not the it was fun at the time as a novelty in that 80s pack. It was fun and I liked it at the time. But we have moved on figure technology wise, and the wrist articulation. Oh my god, I hate it.
It's a bummer because like when I look at God, I don't even know what they're calling them now. Like they just did a Mandalorian in the 3 3/4 inch. What do they call those? Retro clay. Look, those figures look awesome. You know what I mean? So if we're gonna have modern figures, I want those kind of builds and decos and everything. If we're
vintage collection. Retro.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the 5-point of articulation.
No, the Mandalorian one and stuff. Like, okay. I want, if we're gonna do that, then if we're gonna have modern builds, I want modern builds. If we're gonna do retro collection, I'm gonna say we still need O-rings. So that's how I'm rolling. I don't care if it costs more money. That's how it should be done.
Yeah, I kind of agree on that one. And I mean, so we've got Lady J, we've got Duke, the Screaming O Duke, and the thing with Duke's face on that one, or the Duke figure, is we've had it. They even re-released it in the 50th. I know that's why we're getting it now, obviously. But I think the re-release at the time of the 50th was not taken very well. It's not that those figures are hard to get.
Yeah, it was like a 3-pack, right, or something?
Yeah.
I skipped it because of him. I didn't even buy it because I couldn't stand that figure. So I'm like, I'm not buying this.
Such a shame. Such a shame. The Lady J as well, like, the legs being the shock. Is it like the they shock trooper legs?
Saw Viper legs? No.
They're just big out. They're just big old legs, aren't they? Basically.
Right. Well, she's she's got baggy
Steel
pants.
Brigade. Steel Brigade legs, aren't they? Yeah. So again, like I don't know. I'm not a fan of any of them really, which is a shame. I really liked the Last Wave. I loved Scarlet. I thought the Roadblock head sculpt was cool. Yep. And having Destro in a slightly different deco is all right because he's a brilliant figure. But like,
it's a better wave for sure.
Yeah, this is. Anyway, should we just get on to what everyone's waiting for us to talk about?
Yeah, let's do it.
Classified Lady J and Flint. My bloody goodness. Lenny, shout out to Lenny, even though we're not in the shout outs yet. An amazing job, mate, on this, and everyone involved. Just brilliant. And starting with, should we start with Lady J on this one? Beautiful figure.
I don't see anything I don't like about that figure at all.
Same.
And I love the pack, and I love the GoPro as an homage to the camera she came with.
Genius.
The first time. And they did it right. They have her head, the hair with just the hair, and then the hair with the hat. So you can do both. And I think that's an awesome homage to the original and the cartoon at the same time. So you kind of get both worlds in one figure. Yeah. And
I think that's what they've done really well with the classified line. They've always kind of catered to a number of different, audiences. Mm-hmm. And especially with these two, like, oh my God. And I've been waiting for Flint and Jay for ages because they were the Action Force. They were the heads of the European Action Force team, right? They were the ones in the comics on all the merchandise. So to get these figures now is like, oh, thank you. And that J, like you say, the little camera that folds up and like goes like folds down, and then you've got like space for like her spearhead and some other aspect that can go into the backpack, and then that kind of plugs onto her back so it's hidden because it's on the inside. Brilliant.
Right.
Really cool stuff. The spear gun, like it's got the fact she's got a launcher for the spears, or she can have the spear separately, which fits on the backpack. Right. I mean, so much cool stuff going on there.
It's so cool that Lenny mentioned too, how in the cartoon she used to change out the heads of the spears, and so they incorporated that into the figure, which was like a golden opportunity at this scale to be able to do something like that.
Agreed.
Well, so I think it's great.
I always found it funny. I thought Lady J's weapon, it always reminded me of Princess Leia when she's dressed up as
the bounty hunter.
I forget the name. I feel awful.
I can't think of it right now.
Terrible Star Wars fan right now. When she reminds me of that Princess Leia when she's dressed up as the bounty hunter, and she's got that. She had a weapon in that which was like a long spear gun type thing. And I always used to equate the two. Maybe was that the inspiration for Lady J's weapon?
I feel like that was something that I always thought. There's a lot of ideas like that in the 80s that kind of move from one franchise to another in a lot of ways. Like even like the Mobile Command Center is like the Jawa Sandcrawler. You know what I mean?
Totally.
And if it's not a purposeful homage, it's like a subconscious one, because those are the things that the people creating these toys are watching. So it's like, infiltrating their creative brain there a little bit.
Big shout out to Guy Cassaday, who designed the Mobile Command Center and did an amazing job on it. Shout out to you, Guy. Love you, man. Lady J, just exceptional. The Dio shots of her as well in the jungle and all that stuff. Just brilliant.
Bausch, right? That's the name of
it. Yes. Thank you. Apologies for Star Wars fans there, and I've let everyone down. I feel awful. Let's talk about that box art as well, the Lady J one, which I think was by Scott Fisher, if I'm correct there.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I think Scott Fisher did Lady J, and Flint was done by Rich Kelly. So I can't believe I remembered that, but I did. and I'm very proud of myself. I can remember those two, the artists, but I can't remember the name of Leia dressed up as a bounty hunter in Star Wars. Anyway, that's irrelevant. Beautiful artwork, don't you think, on Lady J?
Yeah, I love the hat tip on it. Yeah, it's great.
I think I'm wearing Lady J's hat today. Look.
Oh yeah,
basically.
Yeah, that's the one. They should make a hat with just that like star and stripe thing they got going on it. I would buy one. Or in a shirt.
Agreed.
I'd buy it. I bought I got the finally got the Snake Eyes what do you call it, from the PulseCon one today.
Yeah.
They went back up. But yeah, no, they should definitely do that. And I think like the artwork, at first, way back when this whole line was released, I was like, why is the art different on every one? But I kind of like to see like this gallery of different artists doing different characters still. And it's kind
like
of
a
exciting.
Museum.
Yeah, it's kind of exciting to see
Yeah.
what the next one's going to be. Now, I mean, I can still make an argument that there should be consistency, but I don't think one argument is right and one's wrong. I think there's just two modes of thinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I saw some
totally
complaints on that in the comments. Man, the comments, by the way, what a tire fire.
Hive of scum and villainy. Let's bring back some more Star Wars.
It was like we were on Jabba's barge, and it was just like, everyone was talking at once.
I don't think I've seen the word Target written so many times before in my life.
I'm like, I think they get it. The last live stream they did, it was all about Target. I think they understand.
Yeah, people just going on there just to be like angry, I think, which I don't know.
There was a few doozies on there.
Let's get some perspective, guys. Yeah. But and now I've said that, I'm probably going to get
I know you're going to get hate mail now.
Death to McLeod. Anyway, yeah, let's talk about Flint, because Flint is exceptional design at its highest level.
It's perfect.
That head sculpt with the hair. Oh, I love it. It's so cool.
I love it. I love that, the beret looks good with looks good on him. He looks good without the beret.
Yeah.
And I love the little scars they added to his face and stuff. Give him a little bit of a worn look to him. But he's still dashing as always.
Still Dashiell in the United States, but David R. Fairborn in the United Kingdom. You gotta love that. And I think I'm just so happy they've done him. And what I really liked was the incorporation of the shotgun shell kind of braces with that secondary modern secondary thing. It's just brilliant.
Dude, how awesome is it? The shotgun opens up.
Snap, and then you can
I audibly went, whoa, when he said that. I was like, oh my god, this is great. So
it's so true. And again, like I mentioned it before, but Rich Kelly's artwork on that's gorgeous on the box. And I also want to say as well, while we're here, we had a few comments on the live stream that a few people were a little bit like, he should have had his backpack, and I was kind of thinking, but he does have that cool shotgun sheath that goes on the back, which I think is really neat.
I gotta be like, that's nitpicking at that point. You know what I mean? If they made the figure look almost like a spot on, evolution of the original, gave that shotgun a little functionality that wasn't there. It's pretty cool. The beret comes off, didn't on the original figure. All that's cool. But you're worried about the backpack? I'm like, how many? I never used Flint's backpack on him when I played with him as a kid anyway.
No,
that was one of the ones that sat in the bin.
It's true, because when you put the backpack, it sticks out quite far.
Right.
It's small, so you don't see it from the front. Not that it needs to be seen from the front, but like it doesn't add anything to his silhouette necessarily. Right. And when like in the cartoon, never wears anything apart from in the dinosaur, the primordial plot where he wears a backpack, which gets bitten off him, doesn't it? Is it him that gets it bitten off him?
Yeah, it eats the food or something out of the pack, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that gets but I mean that you never see him wear anything like that. The toy, I always just had him with his shotgun, and that was it. Like but I think Paddy said something really cool in the live stream. He said they've given him all he needs, and I think that's true. I think he looks perfect as he is, and I'm so excited
stoked
for these.
And I'm so stoked that pre-orders went up on Pulse and Amazon. Anybody who wants one could have gotten one, and probably did. and I'm not sweating trying to figure out how I'm going to get it from Target or something. You know what I mean?
So
Like,
you mentioned
oh my
the
God,
T
how am I going to do
word.
this? I can't
Yeah.
miss on Flint's and Lady J, you know? Like,
I
all right,
was,
January
mate.
1st is my New Year's Day isn't about celebration, or it isn't about New Year's Eve, isn't about staying up all late,
It's
drinking and
hunting.
stuff. It's about go to bed early, get up at like 4 a.m. so that I can get the Viper and Firefly off of Target, which I know I won't be able to, but at least I can try in the first 10 seconds they go up. So
I agree. I'm going to be. It's going to be hard getting those, I think. But like the same thing,
yeah,
as soon as a Target exclusive's mentioned, I'm kind of like the sweat starts dripping, and I'm
yeah.
like, okay, I'm going to have to figure out a way of getting these without like
Yeah, your
killing
excitement is
myself.
tempered by this is going to really suck if I
Yeah,
can't get these figures. You know,
totally. And you're right. I mean, they actually sold out on Pulse pretty fast. But Amazon, BBTS, Entertainment Earth, In Demand Toys, Kapow, I think even have them. Like, I mean, these are not going to be hard to get no matter where you are, I think, in the
right.
globe. Even Action Figures Industries as well. Shout out to them in Australia. They'll also have
Nice.
those too. Their pre-orders went up about 3 months ago. That's how we knew those figures were coming out. In any case, yeah, this is, I mean, what an amazing week. It didn't, I mean, there wasn't a lot to really talk about as we were getting there. And as it turned out, we had a crap ton to discuss. Paul, mate, thank you for jumping on and chatting with me.
Yeah, anytime, man. I enjoy it, especially when there's cool stuff to talk about like this. So.
We should definitely be doing, had it been a slow one, we'd have done a what we got in, but we're just not going to be able to fit it in right now.
I did one, I had the record.
True. And I actually, if my beautiful wife could help me and pass me my Cobra Commander helmet, I might be able to show that off as well as something I got in.
Oh,
Thank
yeah,
you,
you got
darling.
one of those, did you?
Yeah, I did. And you're going to be involved in that whole recording. You're going to be involved in that. So
It looks, I gotta say, it looked better in person than the images of it when I first saw it.
it's the back length is so much longer than I thought it was going to be, and
Yeah.
it's brilliant. I
Now
would
I
put
want
it
one.
on, but I think my headphones are too big and my hat's
Oh, yeah.
on, so it's just going to do that for now. No, but it's really cool. It's one-way glass,
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
like, and
No,
and it is.
you can't see through.
You can't
That's
see
what I
through it, but you can see in the face inside of the guy going, "What's going on in here?" But like, it's really cool. There's like this beautiful detailing, which I'm not sure if you can kind of make out.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Can you see the Cobra sigil there?
Yeah,
and
that's
like the kind
awesome.
of beautiful, like, it's really nice inside, and obviously the padding's really cool as well. Like this all comes out. It doesn't come attached. You just have to just pop it in there. But it's like simple Velcro, really nice.
I was gonna say it's Velcro. Okay, that's
and
cool.
it balances really comfortably. And like there is a bit of fogging, but like if you move the helmet slightly away from your face, it stops doing it. So it's you can't really help that unless you wear a mask underneath it. So yeah, but
We gotta wear
it's really
masks
cool.
anyway. So
And,
there
yeah,
you go.
look at that. There you go. That's all what we got in, even though it's actually a lot more than that. But that's what we're going to show you today.
We don't have enough time for all the other stuff.
Paul, mate, thank you so much, buddy, for
you.
jumping in a pinch. Thanks also to, we'll get into the shout-outs then, I guess. Shout out to Brian Sauer of Codename Iowa, who's done our beautiful graphics for this episode and going forward. So we're going to have some lovely, lovely graphics to kind of, rebrand the show, I guess. So we're going to look really cool in our Z-Force kind of like HQ computer screens. Paul, I hope you're excited for that, mate.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
I don't
I don't care.
I don't care at all.
In terms of other shout-outs, though, big shout-out to our very own Patrick Stewart, not Picard, who celebrated his birthday last Saturday. Can you believe he's only 18 years old? Go check Pat out on Articulated Points with Phil Donnelly, links in the description. I'm only kidding, he's much older than 18. Also, shout-out to GameStop for my awesome Cobra Commander helmet. Shout out to my lovely wife Kate, who bought me a beautiful record player as an early birthday present. I've been pumping the Transformers soundtrack, like I said, TMNT movie records all week. Superb. Cannot wait for Word Burglars Welcome to Cobra Island album and the animated G.I. Joe vinyl, which you've bloody got already. I'm so jealous. Any shout outs for you, bud?
Man, I've been laying low, so I haven't really interacted with too many people other than yourself. So, but I will say shout out to Walmart for actually sending me my Soundwave red figure. So I got that. Thanks Walmart for not canceling my order. And thanks to Amazon for sending me my G.I. Joe vinyl. So there we go.
So
That's
jealous.
it for me.
I should say.
I'm so jealous.
I can see your face, sorta, through it. It's funny. Oh, it's funny.
There it is. You can just about make me out. I think, you know what? I think it's the light, because the light's so predominant, like on my face. Usually you can't see anything. But yeah,
Shades
that's great
of
if you can see it.
1992.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With like the orange faceplate. In any case, less of that. Ooh, okay, yeah. But yeah, very, very cool. And comfortable too. Like really weird. I've also got the Snake Eyes one coming soon, so I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, last shout out I'm going to give is to Lenny and the Hasbro team for doing some amazing figures for us. Thank you so much. Flint and Jay look amazing. And yeah, Paul, mate, thanks for jumping on another episode of the Full Force Weekly.
Yeah. Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
That brings us to the end of this episode. Thank you for watching the Full Force Weekly. Massive thank you to my awesome co-host Paul Panfalone. Check out Plastic Battles, links in the description as always. See you next time, and as always, like we always do up in this mug, after 3, 1, 2, 3, Full Force! Brilliant. Competition time! Congratulations to Ryan Sweeney for winning last week's competition for a Snake Eyes and Cobra Commander set of classified figures. Ryan's favourite versus combo was Ace vs Wild Weasel from issue number 34 of the original Marvel comic series. Congratulations Ryan, that was one of my faves too. On this week's show we are giving away yet another Snake Eyes and Cobra Commander set of classified figures, courtesy once again of GeneralsJoes.com and KOKOMO Toys. All you have to do is comment wherever you see this video with your favourite G.I. Joe and Cobra vehicle versus combo. What awesome good versus bad vehicles will we see going head to head? You decide. We'll announce the winner on next week's show, so good luck, and as always, full force. Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos, and as always you can keep up with the show after listening by following on Twitter @TheFullForce, liking the Facebook page facebook.com/TheFullForce, and if you would like to contact the show you can message us on either of those platforms with feedback or questions. We have also started a Patreon page, so if you want to see your name up in lights on these videos or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/TheFullForce podcast or click the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force.